I can be successful. I am great. I am all those good things that we as individuals need to hear throughout our whole lives, not just when we're succeeding.
I was born into a lifestyle which most people wouldn't be able to cope with or overcome. So, you know, I was born and raised around in a gang environment, and drugs and alcohol were so prominent in my life growing up.
When I was 15 years old, I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome. And as a result, I spent 8 years largely homebound.
When I was like 8, I found out that I'm dyslexic, so I was diagnosed with that. So I got to like year 11 in school, dropped out halfway through. The school system didn't work for me.
I was really raised in an environment with lots of drugs and alcohol. And so that became my life as a sentence. And with that, I got pregnant very young. Pregnant at 17, had my first at 18.
I dropped out of school last year, halfway through, because it wasn't for me, as it wasn't for most people who come here.
I've been just about sharing my whole life, you know, just about 39 years, and I always had something in me and always felt, you know, I've given and always had that the love and peace and light in me. So I decided to come back to study after just about 40 years in a hard physical job.
I had enrolled to do the first semester of Foundations Level 2, but my sister was murdered in 2009, just before the first semester, so that threw everything off track.
I don't want to keep doing this for the rest of my life, so something had to change. And in prison, I made a huge decision to you know, to look forward instead of keep looking back on my past and the things that I've did wrong. I never really thought much of education, but now I see if you're not educated in yourself, or if you're not making an effort to educate yourself, then you're just going to get left behind.
Young people are walking around with adult problems. We see a lot of people who are coming in with anxieties, depression, self-medication, that sort of thing. And schooling, normally the schooling system is not able to cope with that. They haven't got the resources, not the people. So foundation would be the answer.
I know personally that education not only changes lives, but it saves lives. I love helping people, and foundation studies seem to be the right fit for my skill base. So my background is with youth work, social work, community health initiatives, and essentially marae-based social services.
A lot of these people have nowhere else to go. If school, for example, isn't working for them, they don't fit in that square box of what you need to be, then if we didn't have foundation studies, there's nowhere else for them to go. I can see the potential in them. I can see that they've got a lot to offer, and I really want to advocate for them, whether that's within the next course that they go into or with an employer.
Every day you would come to course and they would greet you with such warmth and good humour. They strike the right balance of feeling like friends but also being the guidance that you need and the support you need. You'd be hard pressed to find a lovelier, more supportive group of people.
I took it on in my foundation course to learn all that last year, to learn how to paraphrase, to learn how to APA, to learn how to write. And my first assessment in my level 4 class that I did this year, I got an A. And I had a thing from the tutor, a comment say, "You're a really good writer and clearly academic." And if I didn't take the foundation course, I wouldn't have got that.
I think I learnt to be flexible, to be adaptable. All the lectures were very approachable and understanding. There's a very big focus on mental health and well-being, which I think was lacking when I was at school.
I like working with my hands and being able to step back and have that sense of accomplishment. I've always had a passion in cars and I wanted to go towards that.
At school, it's a lot like you have to do this in this way, and it's so rigid. It seems so much more like a chore, but here it's so much more optional. It's all like, you can do this, you can do it in any way you want, and we are here to support you. But if you don't want to do it, that's also fine. And it kind of makes you your own motivator. There's no punishment system besides you just don't get the passing grade.
One of the most rewarding days is at the end when we have graduation and the students tell you what they've gained out of it. Not all the students successfully pass. Hearing that they can now get up and speak in front of people, or they can turn up to a job, they feel like they can apply for a job.
Seeing the families acknowledge us, and again, I give that acknowledgement back to them. because without their support, their loved ones wouldn't be able to come in and be as relaxed and continue to be successful with us as they have. It really is about personal growth and attaining those little goals. You know, that's the best way to eat an elephant, one bite at a time, and that's what we see regularly, is that personal growth, and especially within their families and loved ones groups. And our graduations are a testament to that, where their loved ones come along and share the struggles and share sometimes the tears, but also the joy at having their loved ones make it to the end.
Now, my advice to you, or for all those people who are seeing this, is to forget about the actual education system, because what we are doing is different.
When you focus on the negatives, you don't see the light, so you don't actually see what you're accomplishing, you just see what you're failing. So just give it a crack, and if you actually put in an effort, you can surprise yourself with what you're capable of.
I met so many wonderful people through the course. It's helped me immensely, the skills I learned in foundation studies.
Been quite overwhelming actually to think how far I've come in a year from just doing foundations. It's worthwhile, it's been uplifting. I've grown hugely.
There's more to life than just you know, money, drugs, alcohol, parties, fast cars. You know. There's more to life than just the materialistic things. You know, if you educate yourself and you're willing to make a change or make a difference in the world, you can only start by changing yourself.
It starts with you. You got to want it. You got to make those first steps to make it happen, and you have got to arrive here on time on day one to make those first initial connections, not only with your students but your tutors as well, and then again also yourself. You know, you've just made one of the biggest steps that you probably didn't think you'd ever make. I'm a brand new woman.